with the gold price where it is, and again, what we're seeing on the tenure, you can easily reach mills within 50 kilometers, of which there's a multiple more. So it's a really easy area to not only undertake work, but we think there's a good opportunity to come out with a meaningful gold opportunity and also commercialize on that in a rapid pace as well.
Future Battery Minerals has acquired all remaining mineral rights at its Miriam project in Western Australia following the $350,000 purchase of gold base metal and residual lithium interests from Corazon Mining. The acquisition gives the company 100% ownership of all mineral rights across the project. Here to discuss this latest milestone is Managing Director Nick Rathjen. Nick, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
So let's look at this acquisition. Can you talk me through the terms and the benefits that it brings to Future Battery Minerals?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, on the terms, as you said, it's $350,000 in cash to acquire the remaining 15% of the lithium rights. We originally transacted with Corazon 12 months ago. But also, and more importantly, the upside that we see in addition to the lithium and our focus moving forward is the gold prospectivity on the tenure. So we've acquired the gold and base metal rights. That is completing today. So we announced it and completing today. And really, what we're focused on now is as we've acquired the ground, rapidly reviewing historical data, obviously coming out and assessing all those opportunities. We see some potential walk-up targets to drill and other exploration work in the next couple of weeks, and then looking to drill at the project within July. So quite a number of activities and a bit of news flow in the short term. But just tacking into that transaction, we also acquired the 2% NSR that the original prospector owned. So just going on October last year, we signed an option agreement to acquire that royalty. And now with having owned 100% of all the tenure and all the rights, paying the $65,000 to close that out and have full ownership there is pretty critical, particularly considering what we're seeing on the ground looks pretty attractive.
And talking about the ground, I mean, it's near existing gold operations and infrastructure. How does that, I guess, support what you're going to do?
Yeah, and look, we like operating in tenure and on belts that have existing infrastructure. They're not remote. You can leverage capabilities quite easily. So the tenure here in Miriam is 10 k's out of Coolgardie. It's a short half an hour drive out of Kalgoorlie. So easily accessible. There's a sealed road right up to the boundary of the tenement and walk on to the tenement via the sealed road. So it's really easy to get to. It's a well-known belt historically for gold. You've got Focus Minerals. This is their Coolgardie ground and ground that they've owned for a very long time and operated here. Then you've also got the Burbanks gold mine that's owned by Horizon Minerals. So it's 500,000 ounces at 2 grams just up the road. It actually is adjoining our tenure here. And then on the belt is also Beacon Minerals operating McPherson mine that they're mining today. And further up, you've got that close proximity to multiple mills being Focus's 3 Mile and also FMR's mill up there. But if you kind of zoom out, we're really talking about mills and resources within 10 kilometres or 15 kilometres. So with the gold price where it is, and again, what we're seeing on the tenure, you can easily reach mills within 50 kilometres, of which there's a multiple more. So it's a really easy area to not only undertake work, but we think there's a good opportunity to come out with a meaningful gold opportunity and also commercialize on that in a rapid pace as well.
I want to circle back to the news to come shortly, but there's 7.4 million in the bank. There's no debt. You're in a pretty good position to actually move forward with your plans.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, we're a management team and we're focused on doing the exploration and building projects and doing things, but we're also shareholders and we also very much focus on making sure we reward shareholders and have the best interests of shareholders in mind. And so with that, obviously the Miriam transaction has a moderate payment of cash to close the transaction out. But as you say, we still have quite a healthy balance sheet to not only undertake the exploration here, but we plan to and are looking proactively to undertake more acquisitions again in the gold space that we as a management team have capability and know really, really well. But the last thing is obviously with our shareholder hat on and getting the best return for shareholders is as part of the transaction with Corazon for Miriam, it was also the cancellation of their performance rights. So again, coming back to our capital structure, keeping it really tightly held and obviously keeping the upside for existing shareholders.
So, Nick, just finally, as you alluded to there, there's plenty of news to come. What can we expect from the company as a whole over the coming months?
Yeah, over the coming months, we're going to rapidly undertake a whole number of exploration items at Miriam, more broadly on that Coolgardie belt. So we're growing our footprint and continuing to stake more ground, again, with a focus on historical gold mineralization. But specifically at Miriam, I guess first and foremost, we're tasked the geos to review that historical data and shortly we'll be finishing that off and coming out with an announcement with all the historical work that's been done there, both being Aircore or historical RAB but also RC or any diamond work. So really sort of saying, well, what's the opportunity today? And then obviously building on that, doing geophysical work, reassaying the soil sampling work we did last year. We were targeting lithium and we've already got the samples. We've just got to get them assayed for gold. And we think a combination of all those things, we think we've got a very strong case and walk-up target potential to look at drilling in July. So over the next 6 to 8 weeks, quite a number of news flow from that, but also some of the other tenure, that we're picking up. We think there's some little hidden gems in that tenure that we'll also be announcing. But over and above that, taking a step back as a business, we're really focused on looking for more tenure, predominantly in WA, but specifically, gold exposure that can really give our shareholders leverage and a lot of upside to the current gold price and market.
Nick, there's plenty to look forward to. Good luck with the finalization of everything and hope to speak again soon.
Thanks so much. Thanks for having me.